So this is MeowMax 1.0, and it has one input, which is the IR receiver and the IR remote. And technically, I guess the menu would count as a kind of input because you can select your menu option, but technically, I think it's just one input. And the output options are the LCD display, which outputs a menu option and some words. One of the and three other outputs that it has are a servo motor in this treat holder, a servo motor in the treat launcher, and then another servo motor inside of that cone dispenser that dispenses cat food into there. But again, it has a servo motor in there too. So 3 servos, 1 LCD, and yeah. So using the IR remote, you can use the power button to get to the main menu if when it just starts, and then you can use the down and up buttons to navigate through the menu. And so I'm going to start off by pressing down, and then that's supposed to be a little cat paw right there. Kind of hard to zoom in or focus, but that's a cat paw. And then yeah, anyways, you can also go up, you can go down this menu, and then once you're at the bottom of the menu option, it says press power for top. So again, you can press the power button and you go all the way up, and then the first option you have is to feed your cat a treat. So you select by pressing the play button. So boom, and then that starts to go off, and then and then it also says snack time right there. And then next, since there was nothing in there, or the next option on the menu would be to manually feed. So boom, and then it outputs some cat food. So again, really small amounts, but so if you look at the menu right here, it's going to say 2002. So 2000 is the delay, amount of delay, and 2 is the array number. So in this case, it'd be slot number 3. And then the next part of the menu option is dispense amount, which allows you to actually change the delay quantity or delay amount, delay time in for the servo that dispenses the food out of this cone. So if we enter that using the play button, boom, you play. So right now it's on 2, and bar size is just the spot on, so like from here 4, 5, 6. So 4 would be the slot, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the bar size can be anywhere from 4 to 8, and I'm just using that to debug. But in any case, you can go down to 4, or you can go all the way up to 8, which I think holds the delay for about like 3 seconds. But just for time's sake, I'm going to go to 4, and then how you set that quantity is you press the play button, so boom. And then when you see food 0, food is the value that I assigned for the array number. So food right now equals 0, so again, this was for me to debug. But as soon as I see this, I know that, okay, the array number is 0, so the delay is going to be 900, which I set inside of the array quantity. And then I'm going to go up again, and now if you press manual feed, it's going to be a shorter delay, and it's going to say 900, 0. And then just for, well, anyways, that was that. And the next is the refill snack option. So this is kind of, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because it gets clogged, the food gets jammed, which is kind of the same reason why the food wasn't dispensing as much food as I would like it to. I mean, if I'm feeding if I'm feeding a cat that's trying to lose a lot of weight, then this cat feeder works, but otherwise it's not dispensing the max amount of food that I'd want it to, because it just gets jammed up. So in any case, now we're at the refill button, and then I'm gonna press play, and then as you can tell, 144 pushes. So let's keep trying until it works, and if I can focus it. So the sucker is there, but let's try. sometimes you gotta, I think, give it the good old-fashioned, you gotta hit the side of the TV to make it work type deal. Kinda get it. You saw it. There was one that came out right there. But anyhow, so this is probably the biggest problem I'm having even now. The reason why you see these sticks is to try and kind of move around some of the food that's inside of there. Let me get a little light. So what happens is the food gets clogged up, and I mean the code works, everything's running right, but I think the way I set these servos up was just not the best way, I guess. So that's something, since this is the prototype, the next time I make this, or I make MeowMax 2.0, I'm definitely going to put a lot more effort into making the servos work. So here what I tried to do was I attached a rubber band down here. I'm not sure if you can see, but I attached this little rubber band so that every time the servo went to 90 degrees, it would unlatch, or it would open up, and hopefully, ideally, okay, this is the worst camera job in the world, but anyhow, ideally, this little wooden bar would get pulled down, and then it would open up, and then that treat would have enough space to come out, and then this second bar right here was meant to kind of hit something and then kind of shade it to go in, but it's really not efficient, and it's not doing its job the way I thought it would. So yeah, I think next time I'm gonna have to put in a lot more effort into finding out a better mechanism. But in any case, I'm just gonna try and put one of these little guys. Oh, okay. Try and get some treats to line up, because when it works, but when it doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't. But so I'm gonna try it one more time. Hey, wow, of course not focused the one time it actually went in. But anyhow, let's see if I can get one more to come out. Folks, we're at 167. Let's see if we can get it before 200. Looks like 175. Let's see. In any case, I'm gonna stop doing that. Anyhow, there's a treat in there, so if you press feed treat, then boom, pops out. My cats are sleeping right now, so they're not hounding that, but anyhow, yeah, that's that. And really, I want this to actually work one more time, so I'm gonna try and do this one more time. Actually, that's not what we're trying to do. Let's see. Alright, I'm probably going to attach one more video to this to show that it does work. I mean, I got the outputs to work, the food is just clogged. So hopefully that's enough, but anyhow, MeowMax 1.0, the prototype. And that's my product. Thank you.